Appreciate y'all being here. First off, just want to say I was really pleased with the effort our guys put in up at Iowa, a Big Ten opponent on the road, and felt like we did exactly what we thought we could. Play extremely hard, be excited to play, and make sure we believed to have an opportunity to win in the fourth quarter. And we had that opportunity, just didn't get the job done. But I was excited about their effort, and we continue to do that. I think we'll be a solid football team. We just got to keep that effort up. Excited about coming back home. Been on the road for the last 2 weeks. Excited to get in front of our students and our fans. And it's always great to play in Apogee. We need everybody out there to fill it up and come excited and ready to go. Really excited about the chance to have Coach McCarney and the 2013 team back here. That was the last team that won a bowl game, and that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish here. So it'll be great to get that group back and get their rings. Now it's about beginning a conference play against an unbelievable opponent, a UAB. Coach Clark does an unbelievable job with his teams. They're well coached. They play extremely hard. They're very physical on both sides of the ball. I think it starts up front with both groups. So it'll be a great challenge for us, a great opportunity for us to start conference play and start a bid for competing for a conference championship. Also an opportunity to continue to be undefeated at home, going 2-0 at home. So there's a lot to look forward to. Just got the practice field. Our men had a great day today. Bounced back very well. We had some bumps and bruises after a physical game you're going to. I feel overall we're pretty healthy. Again, we got to get some guys healed up throughout the week. But it was good energy, and I think we're on the right track. That'll open it up.
119 yards on penalties against Iowa. How frustrating was that, and what do y'all look to improve?
It was very frustrating, because when that happens, you look at an undisciplined football team. But you watch the tape, we're not an undisciplined football team. And you turn in 10 penalties, and 7 of them come back the other direction. So you take out of it what you want. I thought we played hard. We were undisciplined in some other areas. We got to get off the field on third down. We got to have our eyes right on certain things. We a lot of the times we're playing with one guy short, and that's how we get exposed at times. But I didn't feel like we were undisciplined with penalties.
What's Bryce English's status as of right now?
He still has a little bit of time. I feel like his rehab's going well. Doctors and trainers are working with him every day, trying to get him back as quick as possible. I don't have a timeline yet. I would say it's probably around the same as we thought, maybe after our bye week. But we'll see kind of how it continues to go.
UAB's run game, they average 255 yards per game in the run. What do y'all need to do to lower that? Y'all's defensive line has been really, and linebacking core has been really solid in that run.
Starts up front, obviously, with our D-line. They got to do a good job because they're a really good run football team. They're very physical up front. They cause some issues if make you honest within your gaps and making sure you're fitting the correct way. And so we got to just be great on our fundamentals, which I felt like we've done a pretty decent job in our run defense. We got to continue to do that. I mean, that'll be the big key. Again, it's going to start up front, the battle of the two fronts all night. I think it's, our O-line versus their D-line. They got a big old D-line, and they're long, and they're athletic, and vice versa. I think they're very physical on their offensive line.
Coach, last year you guys started off conference play with the win against Rice. How important is it to get that first win as you guys kick off conference play?
Yeah, it's crucial. I mean, they're all crucial, especially, you go into conference. Everybody's 0-0 right now, and for the most part. Some guys have already played, but it's a great opportunity to start fast, get that first win under your belt in conference play. And again, I'm excited about this conference. There's a lot of good football teams, a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players. Can't say enough about Conference USA. And, I think people around the country are starting to see that when we go out on the road and play against, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, and compete and have opportunities to win. I think it's a tough conference.
Did some of those wins early in the season, especially in the West, kind of catch your attention with the way some teams in the West are playing early on?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think there's some, like I said, there's really good football in this conference. They're great teams, and it's a challenge week in and week out. If you're not ready to play, or you don't play discipline, or you don't take care of the football, you're not going to have great opportunities to win football games in this conference. Again, I think it'll be a great challenge for us all season.
Is Mason pretty healthy heading into this game?
Yeah, he's pretty healthy. Came back, finished the game well. For the most part, I think he had a good work today. We just got to continue to get good treatment and make sure he's doing a great job, which he will, of staying on top of it.
This was UAB's first season back. What's your impression of you talked a little bit about what they've got, but you think they've kind of gotten back pretty quickly from what you've seen so far from having that long stretch off?
I didn't have an opportunity to really watch them before. All I can base that upon is what I see now. They got a lot of great players. Again, they're very athletic. They're long. They're big, physical guys. I think again, with what coach does, he's a very good football coach. They're always going to be disciplined. They're very physical, and he puts them in good situations. And so I think they're going to be a team this year that it won't be a big surprise to a lot of guys in our conference, in my opinion, with how well they'll do this season.
Are they a little different than some of the other teams in Conference USA, just with the way they approach it offensively with that run game?
No, I wouldn't say. We got a pretty good mix in this conference of, spread teams, guys that are pretty multiple. Some 21 personnel teams. So there's a pretty good mix, and I think you got to be prepared for pretty much everything. The only thing that really don't have is the triple option, which we got some of that anyway. So it's very multiple. On both sides of the ball, you're going to see a lot of 4-man and 3-man fronts, guys who pressure more than others, a lot of man, some zone. So it's a very multiple conference on both sides of the ball and so on special teams.
Against Iowa, you went 0 for 6 on offense while they went 11 for 18. How do you go about addressing that moving forward?
Like we continuing to stress it. I mean, that's something that we've stressed since camp. I mean, we work on it 3 times a week. And we just got to do a much better job of it. You look offensively 0 for 6. I think we had a 3rd and 33, a 3rd and 22, and a 3rd and 16. Those are 3 of them right there that you're not getting very many of those. We did a poor job on a draw that we let a guy inside when we shouldn't. We come up half a yard short. I can't even remember the other 2. We just got to do a much better job. We got to execute. We got to do our job. Again, it's one guy. You look at it. It's been defensively getting off the field. It's been one guy, and it's been different guys on different plays, and they've exposed it every time. So we got to do a much better job. Make sure we're doing the right things with our guys. I feel like we are. We got to continue to work it, and some of us learning how to, learning how to win, learning how to get off the field, the mentality. And we'll get there.
Coach, Jalen Darden went down and didn't return against Iowa. What is his status right now?
We'll see. Still sore. We'll see through the week. I mean, I can't tell you he'll be available, and I can't tell you he won't. He's a tough kid. He's going to do everything he can to get back out there and ready for Saturday. And the other thing is making sure that he'll be prepared in time if, with a limited amount of practice reps. So it's kind of up in the air. We'll see. But I wouldn't put it past him because he's a tough kid.
Special teams seems like it's been a struggle this year. What's your assessment of where you guys are at and what you need to do?
I'm very comfortable with Marty and what we're doing on special teams. Really, our coverage teams, kickoff coverage has been great. Our punt team coverage has been really good. We've missed a couple punts, had a couple shanks. Punt return teams, we've had some things set up. We've had 2 muff punts. And then on kickoff return, we just got to get that one guy. Don't be that guy. You do your job. You got great opportunities for returns. We've been caught behind on 2 of our kickoff returns. One we try to reverse, which was set up pretty nice. We got a guy that, missed his opportunity, and then this past week we got one that same thing. So we had some good returns early. I'm very comfortable where we are special teams. We got to keep working just like every other phase of our game. We got to continue to get better, grow. But I'm really excited about Marty and the things that we're working on. And it'll be something that we're gonna make it a strength of our team.
What about punting wise? I mean, you guys lost a great punter after last year, and this year it's been a big struggle to get anything done in the punting game.
Just keep working. I mean, again, we lost a great punter this past year. I have a guy that just got in this year, and he's got to get comfortable. Just doing the things that he's doing in practice, not rushing, just staying in rhythm, and doesn't have to speed up throughout the game. Your technique's still your technique. We just got to make sure we carry it over to the field.
Coach, Deshaun McClain is one of the leaders of the defense, obviously, but what have you seen from him as far as his performance goes this season overall?
Overall, I think Keyshawn he's good. I think Keyshawn's competitive. He's playing good football. We got to, again, I think overall, at times in the secondary, we've played pretty aggressive, especially against the run game. We got to be a little bit more disciplined with our eyes in some key areas. So overall, I'm not worried about Keyshawn McClain at all. I think he's a great football player. Continues to work hard. And two very different games there here the past couple of weeks. So we just got to keep getting better.
You guys kind of view conference play as a chance to maybe get a bit of a fresh start heading into the league?
Everybody, yeah. Start up, and that's really that's ultimately what you're playing for, is competing for conference championships and being able to compete week in and week out within the conference. And I think, like I said, it'll be a very big challenge for everybody. I think there's a lot of good teams, and so it's a great opportunity again for us to go out there and compete and start the conference off 1-0.
It's been a bit of a struggle the last few weeks for you guys. You guys started 4-3 last year, and then it kind of got away from you a little bit towards the end. You lose a couple of games early this season. Is there something in that stretch of games since about the middle of last year that you look at that you need to improve on, or what do you think the issue's been?
Well, turnovers. We've had a couple turnovers, a couple muff punts. That's been challenging. Third downs, we got to get better, and just overall consistency. Again, that's something that we struggled with at times this past season, and we got to get over the hump. And that's part of just being a consistent football team. I feel like the work's been good. I love the team. I love their attitudes. And we've played some competitive games. You got to just keep fighting, and eventually, all the work's going to pay off. And you keep putting all that together. You start building that momentum. You start gaining that confidence, understanding what it takes to win football games, and it starts rolling.
Did the momentum kind of get away from you guys a little bit, and it has been hard to get it back?
No, I don't think the momentum's gotten away from us. I think I didn't feel like the momentum got away from us last week. I thought we came in ready to win the football game, and had a great opportunity in the fourth quarter, and had some circumstances, some adversity we had to overcome. At times we did, at times we couldn't, and we have nothing to be disappointed about. We gave it all we had and ended up losing the game to a very good, solid opponent. So it's on to the next one. You better get past it, and you better be prepared to play this week, because if you're not, if you got that drag, if you got that lull, or you're going to get beat in this league. So
coaches often talk about the schedule kind of comes back around to you. You played a bunch of tough games at the end of last year. You faced Western, you faced Louisiana Tech. You start off this year, you've got a game at Iowa. You play SMU. Do you feel like maybe things could turn back your way as you get back into conference play, and maybe the schedule eases up a little bit?
Every matchup's different, and again, however they come on the schedule, some matchups are better than others for what you do, what your strengths and weaknesses are. There's a lot of things that go into it. You can't really worry about where they're at so much as preparing the best that you can every week and making sure that your guys are ready to play. And I think that's what you're talking about, or that's what I'm talking about, is being able to overcome that adversity, with whether it's in the middle of a game or whether it's after a game, whether winning or losing, is going out and playing the next play. You got to play the next week. You got to understand no matter what the outcome was, whether it was good or bad, there's still going to be things that we're going to have to fix every week, and that we got to make sure that we make the most out of those opportunities to fix them, come back out, and not make the same mistake again over and over. Again, that's part of the consistency I'm talking about. You know, as a coach, you know, you don't ever feel great about it until you do it week in and week out. But I feel like we're getting more consistent. You know, we're a much better football team. I'm excited. I think we got a good group. I do. I think we got a good football team. At times we just got to get out of our own ways. But we're going to continue to grow. I told you we're going to build this thing for a consistent future, one where week in and week out, year in and year out, we can compete for championships, and that's what we're going to do.
You always say that, you know, every game's important, and that's, you know, of course it's true. But does this become a key stretch for you guys as you head into the conference play?
Yeah, opening the conference, you know, first conference game, the momentum. You know, you got an opportunity to play at home for your opener. Yeah, it's an important football game.
Well, not just this game, but, you know, as you head into conference play in your second season, you had such a great first season. If you guys can, you know, get on another roll like you did last year, and maybe stack a couple of seasons, does that help build your program if you can get to that point?
Yeah, I think all of them. I mean, every win helps build your program, and we need to be. We are a much better football team than we were last year. That does not, by any stretch of the imagination, guarantee you wins. You got to prepare the right way. You got to, again, once you get one win, you stack another one on top of it. It obviously helps with morale, your confidence, your momentum, however you want to put it. That's why it's important to get on stretches like that. So we got to make sure we do everything, again, of correcting our mistakes in the film room, bringing it out to the practice field throughout the week, and putting together great weeks of preparation. I think it's key. And then every week, I mean, there's a reason why there's only been one NFL team ever to go undefeated. It's a challenge to be mentally and physically tough throughout an entire season. You know, the best teams are consistent in that department, and you better be ready to play every single week in this conference, and you better have that energy and excitement, and it better be really important every week to go out there and compete at your best.
Against Iowa, you rushed for 112 yards as a unit. How do you plan on addressing that moving forward?
Iowa's pretty good up front now. Their run defense is really good, but we knew we had some other matchups that we felt really good about. Felt good about our wide receivers against their secondary. I thought we did a really good job of mixing in the run, and I thought we did a good job of running the football at times. The only thing that I would say we could have done a little better, in the fourth quarter we were down by 10, maybe went away from the run game too quick. Felt like we still had some opportunities there that maybe we could have busted a couple. But overall, you have 49 plays. You know, you rush for over, I think they're averaging 85 yards of rushing a game, so I didn't feel like we ran the ball poor. We didn't have as many opportunities, and again, I felt good about our matchups outside, and we made some big plays there.
Coach, have you felt comfortable with your ability to be more balanced offensively this year as far as being successful both in the passing game and running the ball?
Balance to me is taking what they give you. Balance to me, if we have to, game one, with what they were doing, we ran the football at over 400 yards rushing. Game two, I didn't think we did a very good job up front of blocking the run. We weren't consistent enough. But again, I felt like what they were giving us, the pass game was going to be a little bit more multiple that week. I felt we had some matchups that we could win there, and we did. It was no different this past week. Now the difference with this past week is they did give you some opportunities to run the football, you know, with some of their what they were doing defensively. But in the same token, it's still a challenge what they do with everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do. It's a big challenge to run the football on that group. I felt like we did a pretty nice job of running the football, staying balanced throughout the game. But balance to me is what are they giving you, and whether it's in the run or in the pass game, can you execute that? Yes, it's nice to have balance throughout a game as well, But it's also, sometimes I've learned doing this long enough, you don't try to fit that square peg in a round hole as well.
How much more confident is this team, despite the loss to Iowa, going up there and the effort that they gave? How is this team, the confidence level risen after that performance up there?
Yeah, I think overall, going in the season, I felt like our team was more confident. And every game that you compete and play well, I think that grows. But there's no moral victories here. We went up there to have an opportunity to win the football game. So they're extremely disappointed that we didn't win the game. They felt like that was a game that we kind of let get away. And that's not a knock against Iowa. It's a big credit for Iowa. They won the football game. But felt like that's when you know your team's becoming more mature, when there's no moral victories. They're disappointed when you lose the football game because they expected to win. That's what we got to continue to do. Now, some of the other confidence parts of it is within the game. You start doing things on whether it's offense, defense, special teams. A couple muff punts, now it's in your head. So how are you mentally tough enough to overcome that? Because I don't know last year if we lost a muff punt. I can't remember. But it's really the same return guys. Third down, you start not getting off the field, that creeps in your mind. Now everybody's maybe trying to do a little bit too much. And so that's some of the confidence, the work within practice, some of the mental aspects of the game that we got to do a much better job of overcoming. I feel like we're confident of going in there and competing and have an opportunity to win every game. We just got to execute on some critical situations in some different areas. We got to be a little mentally tougher. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.